life I've been real, in search of that deal. All my life I've been nice, wish you knew how this feel. Roll up, first thing, don't call me while I'm working. Yeah, I got me some hard bars and a hard hook with that verse in. That thing hitting so perfect, rewind, reverse it. Me, I'm riding that wave, kinda feel like I'm surfing. I'm on my way to that money.
Hey guys, it's Jess
and Jay. Welcome to our channel.
So today we're going to be talking about the truth about accelerated courses in the Caribbean. There are some similarities between our school and other schools in the Caribbean, so that's why we're kind of saying Caribbean med schools, because they're known to be accelerated programs. So we have a list of things that we feel that we should share with you guys about these types of programs, what to expect, and mostly the issues or the things that we're dealing with personally.
So kick it off. What's number one on your list?
Okay, so number one, it says accelerated, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's quicker than the States, but it's accelerated. Like, you think you know how accelerated it is, but for example, in our case, we had to learn microbiology, and I think it was immuno in like 2 weeks each. Like, that was what our school gave us to like master those topics. And I know that in the States you have way more time to really learn them. So I think that was one of the things that was one of the first things that I went through that I was like, whoa, this is much quicker than I thought it was. Even though I knew it was quicker, but like, it's honestly faster than you think. And sometimes that affects your studying, that affects how what you think you're capable of. So that's one thing to take in mind. It's a lot quicker than you think it is.
For sure. And since it's so quick, there's a lot of times where you have to prioritize between family, friends, and school. Because since you have such a short amount of time to learn things, your friends and family may be on vacation, let's say, because we work on a trimester system. So we work all the way through the summer. So when everyone's on vacation here, visiting us, whatever, we're still working. So I say that because you need to remember how to prioritize. Because some days you're going to want to hang out with your friends and family, but you might just have 2 days to master something. Things here move super quick, so learning how to balance is super important.
Next thing is that you have less time to master topics. So as I already mentioned, you don't get necessarily the time that you personally may need. Like for me, I may need 2 months to master physio. She may need a month. So with the time that you're given, like she said, you have to learn to prioritize, and having less time affects how well you may have a base or foundation in that topic. So keep that in mind. You have to prioritize and just work the best way you can with what you have.
I think since it's so quick, and like she said, you have to jam so much information in your head, sometimes you are going to forget things. I would recommend trying to do flashcards throughout the year and all that stuff to always just keep what you learned fresh, because I know for me, a lot of times I'd learn the topics, be able to do well on the test, and then my brain will kind of just dump that information. But unfortunately, like in medicine, you can't do that. You need to know, you need to have a good base in order to further your knowledge. So definitely flashcards, do questions. There's a lot of different question sources, and just stay up to date.
My next point actually ties into what she said. There's a difference between learning something and memorizing something.
Absolutely.
And I think throughout this entire journey, confession for me, I memorized a lot of it. You know, like a good percentage of everything that we're supposed to know. I memorized it for exams because of how quick we were evaluated on those topics. Like I mentioned, 2 weeks for immuno, 2 weeks for micro. Micro is extensive. So, you know, you just have to learn, like she said, the techniques that work for you. Flashcards work for you, do that. Recall questions. You know, I don't know, there's just so many techniques that I can make another video on that alone, but there's just, you have to remember there's a difference between learning and memorizing. Now some things you do have to memorize, but try your best to learn something and learn it to the point where if you get a question you can break it down. You know what I mean?
For sure. I would definitely agree with Jess. Like, I memorize a lot of stuff. I used to say, like, when I first started, I can memorize anything. Like, and it was to the point where I would say things from the textbook, word for word. Now, ask me if I remember it afterwards. That's when it counts. And I didn't. So definitely long-term memory things, techniques, learn them, master them if you plan on coming here. Or be prepared for the fact that somebody's going to ask you something that you should know, and you're going to be like, dang, I studied that, but I can't find it. Like, I don't know where it is. So just think about that.
Yeah. So to tie in everything that we pretty much talked about, everything depends on how you learn.
Yes.
I don't learn the same way she learns. You have to find what works for you. For me, I noticed that sometimes studying at home, 80% of the time, studying at home doesn't work for me. I'm home, I want to be in bed, I want to watch Netflix, I don't want to do anything. But if I'm at school and I'm in the library and I see other people studying, it kind of pushes me to focus more. In her case, she has to hear herself.
Yes.
So she can't be in the library where you're supposed to be quiet. So she kind of has to study at home or somewhere where she can just vocalize everything she's reading, go over it. Everyone has their own techniques, what works best for them. So find yours and work with that.
But with that, we want to say thanks for watching our video, and we hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for all the messages we've been getting on Instagram and via YouTube of you guys just asking questions and things like that, and just sending love. You guys are super sweet, so thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
We gon' do this forever. We gon' do this forever. We gon' do this for life. We gon' do this for life.